All right, I have to water the plants.
Where is the goalkeeper? Goal!
Damn.
Is that noise coming from bedroom? I need to check.
I need to hide somewhere quickly.
Ah, you rascal! Sitting in the closet? Gotcha! Do 20 squats quickly! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Watch yourself. Behave well from now on. Who needs me there?
I can't see a thing. you staring at? Hurry up, I'm hungry! Don't be a chicken, just click play. Let's go! That's not fair. Now I have to sit and do homework because of that teacher.
Where are you going? Ah! Is that noise coming from bedroom?
I need to hide. I need to get back to my room quickly.
Gotcha! This is the third time already.
I'm standing here looking at you and thinking, maybe you should join the developer's Telegram channel and subscribe. They'll appreciate it and you can follow the development of new games. I wish I could That's not fair. Now I have to sit and do homework because of that teacher.
Well, where? Pass it!
Oops.
Is that noise coming from bedroom?
I need to hide somewhere quickly. I need to get back to my room quickly.
Stop right, gotcha! Are you completely stupid?
What are you staring at? Hurry up, I'm hungry. Let's go! I need to find a way to sneak out of the house.
No, you don't.
Well, and... Is that noise coming from bedroom? I need to check.
I need to hide somewhere quickly. I hope I haven't forgotten anything.
Stop. Is it just me? Or... guess I imagined it.
Phew. I thought I was done for.
Where is the goalkeeper? Forward! Come on, come on, come on!
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay, let's see if I can survive without getting caught.
How much longer? Well, where? Pass it!
All right, I have to water the plants. Well? This table wasn't standing like that! Gamma! Come here! Our son has disappeared! Knock, knock, knock! Who's there in the cabinet?
Satan in the closet. Hey! Just let me know where you are. Who needs me there anyway? Hmm? idiots! is full of idiots. I told them. I would show them how it's done. Ah!
I can't see a thing.
I'm stuck in
Well, and
Look, the door is hung. Y'all probably can see that.
well, and ah. Well, where? Pass it!
Dance. Look. Look, chat. Door is right here. You can see the handle.
What an idiot, huh?
review for the game. The developer would like to read it. Say hi to Topsy for me. Let's go!
Alright, chat. After this, I'm gonna end it right here.
That's not fair. Now I have to sit and do homework because of that teacher.
After the game right here,
Why?
Damn,
Is that noise
I
coming
need
from
to
bedroom?
hide somewhere quickly.
I need to check.
I need to get back to my room quickly.
Come here! Gotcha! How many times do I have to repeat? What?
chat. I'm gonna be over today. But I'm gonna still be streaming. So come to my Twitch. I'm gonna put in the comments. Come to my Twitch. You know, support my Twitch. Yeah, that's it.
I wish I could play Mattel. Too bad I don't have a phone. Maybe my friends do.
Alright, chat. Actually, no. Cause I'm gonna OBS.
Say hi to Holybam for me.
Shut. Oh, God. Alright. Oh yeah, and I'm a big fan of queso too. I'm gonna dance. 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 Dance. I'm gonna dance. I just wanna dance. I just let's go. Queso game. Alright. Let's see. Eat. 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 Let's see. I don't know much to play. What was that? That's Snapchat? I don't know much to play. What does my sister want, bro? What does she want, gang? What do you want, gang? Got these hands, gang. What do you want, gang? Got these hands, gang. What do you want, gang? Got these hands, gang. What do you want, gang?
With Google Play Games, with Google Play Games, with Google Play Games. With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock rewards with Google Play points. So the more you play, the more you earn. Go play on mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Download now. Unlock rewards with Google Play points. So the more you play,
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Game. Now today,
go play
hey,
on
bro.
mobile and
We're
PC
gonna be.
with Google Play Games. Download now. Unlock rewards with Google Play points.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Game. Now got two Toy Story, but it's ruined by AI. We're gonna be.
Google Play Games. Download now.
Reacting to a reactor. Chat.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam.
Yay.
By Roy's YouTube. Now, there's a couple parts to this, so I'm gonna react to all of them, and I feel like this is super fitting because a new Toy Story just released not that long ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I'm not really sure the date. Yeah, you guys let me know. Did you guys see it? Is it peak or not? I'm gonna avoid to all of them, and I feel like this is super fitting because the comments that I want no spoilers. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, chat. Let me know how you guys feel about it. And without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn. Let's see. All right, let's see how AI can absolutely decimate this movie for me. All right. What the? Woody, get your long ass tongue back in your mouth, man. Get out! Yo, that ass, what is this, bro? What is it? It's been like 2 seconds. I mean, I knew it was gonna be ruined, but why does Woody's mouth look like a booty? And why is he licking himself out of his nose? What? He had a running Woody nose? Okay, but this is, oh, he just cloned himself. Now there's, oh, okay, all right, yep. What's up with everybody having Woodies in their mouths, bro? Like, what's going on with that? Does everybody have a addiction I don't know about? Okay. Oh, now we're just throwing up little potatoes, huh? Oh, okay. Oh. This is so retarded. He's got hard eyes. Oh, now he's Dr. Ock. Okay, Doc Ock. He's a freaking spider. Oh my gosh. Yo, you know what actually scared me? No, this baby, like when I was actually a little younger, chat, this baby used to creep me out. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, he's actually so creepy though. I know I'm not the only one that got creeped out by that. I would literally have nightmares about this thing. What the? Okay. Yo, Buzz, did you just get brand new teeth or something, bro? Like, we can see the shiny whites, man. We can, yo. It's like when you go to the dentist and they gotta keep your mouth open, so they put that thing in your mouth. He looks stupid as hell. Oh, hell no. Oh, now they're dancing together. Oh, now he's whipping around him. How did he do his, oh. Chud Buzz? Okay. Nice. Oh, now he's got a Woody. I mean, that's got to be inspiration from Woody, right? You know what I'm saying? So he lets his wood out. Wait, no, I mean, that sounds crazy. Okay. Oh. Oh. Now he's got big biceps. Oh. Oh, this annoying ass kid. Oh! Oh! I don't like this. I don't like this, bro. Turn this off. Did a big ball just come out of his... You know what? Oh, he just reached inside. Yeah. This movie's ruined already. I don't like it no more. Yo, what is this, bro? What is it? It's been like 2 seconds.
I handed the keys to my Lambo to the valet. Be
The valet took my Lambo.
careful with this. Of course, sir, she won't move an inch. But as I walked into the restaurant, my phone buzzed with a dash cam alert, and I opened a live feed of the valet flying the Lambo down the street. My jaw dropped. I immediately waved a taxi over, jumped in, and pointed through the windshield. Follow that car. I borrowed that car from my father-in-law. If I can't return it in one piece, I'm cooked. The driver looked at me, nodded, and took off behind it. My eyes kept jumping between the windshield and the feed. He swerved my car through traffic, then pulled over, and I sighed, thinking he was just going to park it. But then a guy in a hoodie hopped into my passenger seat and planted his sneakers on my dash. My grip nearly cracked my phone. The taxi driver glanced at my screen. Wait, that's live? I nodded, and he leaned into the wheel, weaving between lanes like it was his car out there. The valet swung into a drive-thru, and I watched him order a milkshake out of my window while my jaw slowly tightened. He revved my engine at the next red light, and every rev, I gripped the seat harder. But then we pulled up right beside the Lambo. I was close enough to knock on my own window, but the stupid valet was too busy showing his friend how my seats reclined all the way back. The taxi driver looked at me. I just shook my head. Not yet. Then the feed showed him dropping his friend and turning onto a familiar street. I grinned because he was looping back to the lot. I told the driver, cut down that side street and drop me at the valet stand first. I straightened my jacket, held my phone flat against my leg, and waited. A minute later, the Lambo rolled in. I watched him wipe my seats with his sleeve and spray cologne over everything his friend touched. Then he jogged over, dropped my keys into my hand, and smiled. She never moved an inch, sir. I closed my fist around the keys. But just as I was about to show him the recording, a voice came from behind him. She never moved an inch? The valet spun around, and my father-in-law was standing there, holding up his own phone. Both me and the valet went white in the fact at the same time. My father-in-law plucked his keys out of my hand. My car, my dash cam. Who do you think gets the alerts? I'm suing whoever drove it. I leaned in close to the valet. Turns out, I'm not the one who's cooked. Behind me, the taxi driver honked twice on his way out. I handed the keys to my Lambo to the valet. Be careful with this. Of course, sir. She won't move.
Like, at least check around the car before you even enter it. Like, come on, bro.
I laid down in the hammock I'd spent all afternoon setting up, enjoying the breeze, when I felt a pair of chubby fingers gripping my fabric. The neighborhood fat kid was pushing me out of the hammock, gasping,
Bobby broke my hammock.
I want it. Already out of breath from just talking. He pushed me off as my face hit the dirt, and he slowly climbed into my hammock, his gargantuan stomach pointing roundly at the air as he laid down. His massive weight was already bending the trees, so I got up and told
Let's go back. What did I just see?
down. His massive weight was already...
Look at that tummy. That's at least like... That's at least... Bro, 7 inches? Not like 20, not like... At least 10 inches, bro.
bending the trees, so I got up and told him, "Bobby, you're gonna snap my hammock." He went to say he wouldn't, but that's when the tree cracked. The hammock snapped, and Bobby crashed so hard I felt a mini tremor. I facepalmed, but Bobby just lay on the dirt in the same relaxed position with my hammock trapped under him, completely unbothered that his weight just snapped an oak tree. I kicked his flabs. "Bobby, get up," but he waved his arm. "Nah, too much effort." He placed his hands over his stomach and rolled his head back, closing his eyes. I grabbed my hammock and pulled as hard as I could, but immediately realized this was something King Arthur couldn't pull out. Bobby had now started drifting to sleep, so I tried moving him myself, but my back only shot pain in the process. I looked at my hammock, collecting dirt under his butt sweat, and knew there was only one way. I
crew knew my wife was cheating.
I laid down in the hammock.
Nah, what? No.
My whole crew knew my wife.
I laid down in the hammock. I'd spent all.
No. What did you just say? I'm tripping. Like this real quick. No, I'm not tripping.
Drifting to sleep, so I tried moving him myself, but my back only shot pain in the process. I looked at my hammock, collecting dirt under his butt sweat, and knew there was only one way. I climbed into my dad's excavator, my hands shaking with rage. Last chance, Bobby. Get up or you're getting excavated. But Bobby was peacefully snoring in the dirt. I pressed the lever and scooped Bobby up. I raised him in the air, but just as I was about to drop him, I heard him yell, "Wait, leave me here. This is like a hammock." My jaw dropped and I climbed out, but Bobby was already snoring again in the arm of the excavator. I shook my head, then set my hammock back up. Now both of us were enjoying the breeze. I laid down in the hammock I'd spent all afternoon setting up, enjoying the breeze, when I felt a pair of chubby fingers gripping my fabric. The neighborhood fat kid was pushing me out of the hammock, gasping, "I want it," already out of breath from just talking. He pushed me off as my face hit the dirt, and he slowly climbed into my hammock, his gargantuan stomach pointing roundly at the air as he laid down. His massive weight was already bending the trees, so I got up and told him, "Bobby, you're gonna snap my hammock." He went to say he wouldn't, but that's when the tree cracked. The hammock snapped, and Bobby crashed so hard I felt a mini tremor. I facepalmed, but Bobby just lay on the dirt in the same relaxed position with my hammock trapped under him, completely unbothered that his weight just snapped an oak tree. I kicked his flabs. "Bobby, get up," but he waved his arm. "Nah, too much effort." He placed
My whole crew knew my wife was cheating. For 2 years. Nobody told me. When I found out why they stayed quiet, it broke me worse than she did. The only thing that put me back together was what my brother flew in from Oslo to show me.
My best friend John pointed at a wasp nest and said, "Tom Brady moment. If you hit the
Tom Brady moment?
nest, I'll give you $50. Then my other friend Ivan slammed his hand on the table. "Double it. I'm in." We
100 versus 1,000 watts.
tiptoed over to inspect it, and up close it was like 2 basketballs hanging off a tree branch, easily the biggest nest I'd ever seen. John scooped up the football and said, "Hit it and make it inside without getting stung," then tossed me the ball. I stood there staring at it, because $100 for one throw.
$100 to hit 1,000 watts. Huh? Make that 500. Make that 1,000, and then I'll do it for. I'll do. No. I'll do it for 500.
And a sprint was easy money. But when I looked back, they were both already crouched behind the patio chairs, and something
They scared. They scared. They are scared. They scared. Stop being scared, bro. What scaredy cat?
felt off. If this went wrong, nothing was stopping them from locking me out. I lined up my throw, but a single wasp buzzed past my ear, and I dropped the ball like it was on fire, and both of them fell out laughing behind the chairs. I picked
It's all laughing giggles until they get stung by a wasp.
it back up, wiped my hands on my shorts, took a breath, and nailed the nest dead center. It hit the grass, and the sky turned into a black cloud, so I took
Yeah, I'm too black to do this.
off for the door, but when I looked back,
Bro, that's less than 1,000.
to check the swarm, I plowed straight into both of them, and all three of us ate grass. I scrambled up first, shoved them back down, and dove inside, locking the door behind me. If anyone was getting locked out today, it wasn't gonna be me. They slammed against the glass, screaming, "Open the door!" while the swarm caught up, and they danced around swatting at their own heads. I gave them 3 seconds, then flipped the lock, and they fell inside, slapping wasps off each other. John was on the floor, crying, laughing because Ivan got stung right.
How'd you get? How'd you get?
on the butt. I held out my hand and said, I did my dare, pay up, and they each slapped a 50 into my palm. My best friend John pointed. The massive barbell fell straight onto my neck, and I felt my windpipe nearly collapse. Above me stood the biggest, baldest bully in the gym. Oh, sorry, bro. I totally thought you had it under control. He said with a sarcastic chuckle. But while you're down there, I want you to think about something. I don't want to see any more featherweights like you coming into my gym. I'm tired of looking at your beta body. This gym is for alphas only. My vision started to go spotty, and I was seconds away from losing consciousness completely. As my vision was about to go completely black, I was able to unlock the weights on one side of the barbell. They slid off the bar, and I was able to throw the rest of the heavy metal to the floor. I staggered to my feet. What the hell, man? You said you would spot me, and then you just dropped the weight on my neck. The bully picked me up by the collar of my shirt.
Guys, class is in session. Today we're talking about better.
The train I was riding nearly took a man's hand off as it blew past the station where it was supposed to stop. This was the 5th stop in a row the train missed. Not only that, it was picking up speed. Something was wrong. People on the train started to panic and children started to cry. I looked at the subway map. We only had 5 more stops before the end of the line, and if we couldn't stop, it would be the end of everyone on the train too. I checked the doors and windows, all locked. The only way out was an emergency exit hatch on the ceiling. I scrambled up to the train's roof. It was my only option if I wanted to make it to the driver's car in the front. The train shot down the track like a bullet, and the wind blowing in my face made it almost impossible to keep my balance. I made my way to the front, facing death with every step. I could hear the screams getting louder in the train cars below me. When I made it to the front, I found the conductor slumped over the controls inside. I checked his pulse. Nothing. He was gone. I looked up from the driver's corpse and out the front window. In the distance was the dead end of the last stop, and we were closing in fast. Just then, I heard a voice shouting from an overhead radio. Train 27, what the hell's going on in there? I grabbed the radio. This is Train 27. Our driver is dead. Tell me how to stop this thing. The radio crackled back. The emergency brake. Look for a giant red button. I found the button, but it was locked behind a plastic box with a keyhole under it. I looked out the window again. We were maybe 30 seconds away from death. The radio started crackling again, but the signal was breaking up. I could only make out the words key, box, belt. I looked back down at the dead driver. There it was, a small silver key hung on his belt. I ripped it off, unlocked the box, and hit the button. The train came to a dead stop with only inches of track left. Everyone else on board was shaken, but still alive. The train I was riding nearly took a man's hand off as it An old woman stormed up to my work crush and threw her groceries onto the conveyor belt. $7 for eggs?
Hey, you got some makeup on? Throw in the trash. What is that on your face?
Why is this so expensive?
Expensive? Have you ever tax? Maybe it's $6.99. Tax.
Zoe scanned them without blinking. I don't set the prices, ma'am. The woman leaned over the belt. Change the price or
She just said she doesn't make prices.
I start screaming. I puffed out my chest and swaggered over because this was my chance to show her I was a masculine man. But 4 steps in, a customer grabbed my
I have to defend my crush's grace.
arm. Where are your freaking bread loaves?
Be polite, huh? I'm gonna right hook you. Scash him.
I've been looking for freaking ever. Actually, can you just walk me there? I sighed, and while I led her there, I heard a crash by the checkout lane. I spun around, and the woman was jumping up and down having a tantrum, and my manager was jogging over to the crime scene. I shoved a baguette at the
Having a tantrum at your
customer and ran to save my queen. When I finally reached her, the woman was talking to my manager. Your cashier called me a hag and threw my eggs on the ground. I gasped because she was lying, and Zoe's jaw dropped.
I'm only 13.
I never touched her eggs. My manager turned to Zoe. Can anyone confirm your side of the story? I raised my hand to defend my lady. I watched the whole thing, start to finish. Zoe is innocent. The woman's mouth fell open, and my manager put his hands on his hips. Yeah, right. As if I'd believe you, the one who has a crush on her. We all know it. Zoe blushed.
This got exposed. Personally,
And I turned red. But before I could respond, my manager turned to the woman. Corporate policy. The customer's word is final, so I will take action on whatever version of the story you give me. I clenched my fists because I knew I had to do something fast. I pointed at the woman and lied. She threw the groceries at Zoe's head and slapped her until she fell to the floor. Her head snapped around. Lies. I just knocked the eggs down. That's it.
how do people fall for this? How? What?
I grinned because my plan had worked perfectly, and my manager folded her arms. So you destroyed your own eggs and blamed my cashier. You need to leave. She screamed while security marched her out the door, and Zoe laughed. There's the scream she promised me. I laughed and she kept going. So, you came from the bread aisle, then walked to where I was. My ears went hot. How did you know where I was the whole time? She giggled. Same way you know where I am every shift. I like you too, dumb ah. An old woman stormed up
That got some aura.
to my work crush and threw her groceries onto
This game does not lock you behind chores, stamina traps.
I took my son to bring your kid to work day at the airport site, and the second I looked away, he was already climbing up into a forklift. He had both hands locked on the controls, sitting on the edge of the seat, grinning through the windshield, and I had no idea what
I brought my son to work.
he was going to do next. The forklift beeped and lurched backward. I ran towards him and started screaming, "Buddy, brakes! Find the brakes!" He found a lever instead, and the forks shot straight up, scattering a row of cones. A man dove out of the way. My foreman was red with anger.
So you did a somersault instead of running. You did a somersault to be cool.
And screamed, "Whose kid is that? Get him off my site!" The second
Your side. You literally can't. Because you're looking at
Alvin saw me running, he slammed it into gear and shot the other way, weaving through pallets like a go-kart. He whipped around a stack of shipping containers, and I lost sight of him. My heart pounded because Alvin had no limit to what he would do for fun. I sprinted around the aircraft shelter and stopped beside
the aircraft.
20 frozen men in safety vests, all staring up. Alvin had the forks jammed under the belly of a white plane, lifting it clean off the tarmac. Then he eased it back down.
What? That's that much power? Ain't no way.
Both wheels landing on the ground softly, and he threw both arms in the air. "Look, Daddy, I'm working just like..."
Boy. I'm gonna say it again. Get your freak ass on, boy. Calling your dad daddy is diabolical.
"Like you." He kept going, playing the same way he played with his toy planes. I climbed up, grabbed the controls, and helped him land the next one. He tugged my sleeve. "Look, Dad, now you're watching me work. Now it's bring..."
So now he calls him dad. Classic.
your dad to work day. I took my son to bring your kid to work day at the airport site, and the second I looked away, he was already climbing up into a forklift. I took my son to the carnival for his birthday, and when I asked what he wanted, his answer wasn't what I expected. With a huge smile, he said, "To save people, Dad." I kissed him on the forehead for being a sweet kid, but then a scream ripped through the crowd. Above us, the Ferris wheel burst into flames, and everyone erupted into chaos.
Chat, can somebody tell me how did that happen?
As fire rained down on us, I grabbed for my son's hand to run, but the stampede slammed into us and ripped him away from me. I screamed his name, spinning in every direction, but all I could see was smoke and fire. An alarm blared through the smoke, and as I ran, my foot caught on something. My son's little jacket, trampled and singed. My heart slammed as I snatched it up and shoved my phone in every face I passed. "Have you seen this boy? Please, I need to find my son." No one stopped. They just streamed past me toward the exits guided by firefighters. Then a firefighter's voice tore through the smoke. smoke. Everyone out now! The Ferris wheel's about to collapse. But a woman grabbed my arm and pointed toward the flames. That boy? He ran that way, screaming at everyone. My whole body shook. If it collapsed, it'd kill him. So I ran straight toward it. The heat seared my skin, but I didn't stop until the Ferris wheel buckled and crashed down around me. A beam slammed across my legs, and I screamed as the flames burned through my sleeve into my arm. I dropped against the ground, sobbing. My son had wished to save people, and I couldn't even save him. My vision blurred. Then I felt hands clamp around me and pull me through the smoke. Firefighters laid me on the grass and strapped an oxygen mask over my face as I cried, certain my son was gone. But then, through the haze, I saw a small figure in a firefighter's jacket walking toward me. Dad! I thought I was hallucinating, until my son dropped to his knees beside me, safe, an oversized firefighter suit swallowing his body. A firefighter knelt next to him and gripped his shoulder. Your son pulled the fire alarm and helped us evacuate everyone. He even told us you'd still be inside looking for him. He didn't get ripped away from the crowd. He left to save everyone. My son beamed at me. My wish
What a terrible woman. So she lied to him.
came true, Dad. Best birthday ever. I took my son to the carnival for his birthday.
I got rid of all my kids' brain rot.
One more time.
The moment I heard Dad snoring, I crept downstairs and took his motorcycle keys. I was 13 and had been binge-watching videos of motorcycles hitting 150-mile speeds and desperately wanted to ride one. My dad's Kawasaki superbike sat in our garage while he
Check. If you know how a Kawasaki is, bro. Holy.
cleaned it every night. I asked him, could I ride it? But he laughed and said, this thing is my baby, and you've never even driven a car. You could die, or even worse, destroy my bike. So one night, I had enough and snuck out. My heart was pounding as I pulled the covers off the Kawasaki. I started working the keys, but I couldn't turn it on. Finally, I twisted the handlebar, and me and my family were walking through Times Square when suddenly every billboard had my face plastered across it. I froze in the middle of the sidewalk, staring at my headshot on the billboard next to my weather app invention. The honest app that tells you the weather in a rude way. It's raining, idiot. My family started laughing so hard they were bent over and clutching their stomachs. I can't believe it. Everyone found out about your stupid app and now you're getting publicly clowned. People stopped around me, pointing up, phones out, laughing, and none of us had a clue why my face was really up there. I was so humiliated that I almost went back to New Jersey, but then I saw a giant screen going through the app. The screen showed the app saying, you would know that it's sunny if you just opened your curtains for once. My dad grabbed a police officer on the sidewalk and pointed, look, that doofus on the screen is my son. We always told him to stick to college, but he wanted to be a public laughingstock instead. My face went hot, and I wanted to grab my dad's arm, because if he was telling the cops, I knew I'd always be remembered for this, no matter what. But the police officer put his icing-covered fingers into a fist and noogied my head. It's okay, son. Some of us just weren't meant to make it in life. I turned around to walk into the crowd, ready to disappear and never come back. But when I did, the crowd started circling around me and grabbing me. A girl shoved her phone in my face. Oh my gosh, it's actually him. It's the guy who made the weather app. The giant screen above us flipped to a headline. #1 app in the country. They were never making fun of me. My app was going viral. The man beside me was laughing and he showed me the app. Dude, your app called me an idiot this morning and it's the realest thing anyone said to me in years. My dad awkwardly scratched his head. We always knew you could make it, son. I put my hand on his shoulder. Careful, Dad. Honesty's
Hater. No. Don't switch up now. Do not switch up now. You're a hater.
kind of my thing now. Me and my family were walking through.
Alright, chat. That's gonna be it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Like always. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.